Hello, friends. It's me, Mrs. McCarville. So, you know what time it is? It's phonics time. That's right. So, phonics is a study of letters and sounds. And why are we studying letters and sounds? So we can learn how to read and learn how to write. Awesome. We have a brand new letter today. Our letter is R. Our DLO, our daily learning objective, or Mrs. McCarville just calls them your goals, is I can identify R, capital R and lowercase r. Then we have a picture of a ring. Say ring. Okay, stretch out that very first sound you hear. Ring. Okay, so now just that first sound. We're just going to say the first sound. That's the sound R makes. Like ring, run, recycle, read. There's that R sound. That's kind of a tricky sound, I think, to say. It's one of the harder sounds for kindergartners to learn, for sure. It's one of the sounds that some kids can't say yet, but I want you to keep trying. So if that sound is hard for you, practice identifying the capital R and the lowercase r, and keep trying to say that sound, that sound. Read. Keep trying to say that sound, and if you keep trying, you're gonna learn it. It's a little bit trickier to say, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer for kindergartners to learn how to say that sound, and that's okay. All right, let's go through and practice the letters and the sounds. So we'll say letter, picture, sound. A, apple, A. B, bear, B. C, cat, K. D, duck, D. E, elephant, E. Can you hear those sounds at the beginning of the words? F, fish, G, goose, G. H, horse, I, iguana, I. J, jump, J. K, kangaroo, K. L, lion, L. M, mouse, M. N, noodle, N. Isn't that funny? We open our mouth a little bit, but the sound doesn't come through our mouth. It comes through our nose when we say N. O, octopus, aw. P, pig, P. Q, queen, Q. R, rooster, R. Now we've had 3 letters so far this week. We've done the letter P on Tuesday. What's the sound? P. We did the letter Q on Wednesday. What's the sound? Q. A little bit harder sound. And then today, the letter R. What's the sound? R. Now, are these 3 letters vowels or consonants? Is P, Q, and R, are those vowels or consonants? Let's sing the song. Okay, I heard some kids say it, but let's sing the song. Okay, ready? A says a, E says I says I. O says ah. U says Now I know Fantastic. So after we got to the letter O, which was a vowel, when we did the vowel song, we go A, E, I, O, and then there's only one more vowel, and that's a U after O. So is P a vowel? It's a consonant. Q, consonant. R, consonant. Perfect. So consonants are a little easier because they usually just say the one sound. They usually don't have more than one sound except for a couple of them like C and G. But most consonants just say one sound, so that makes it a little bit easier when you're reading. Let's go through and look at the pictures. So we said our sound is R. Can you say that sound? R. All right, we have a picture of a little girl. What's she doing? She's going for a run. Okay, well, this is beautiful. What's that? Rug. Here's a picture of a rope. No, what's that? You might need that this fall, right? A rake. What would you rake up? The leaves. You got it. Okay. Red, a color. And can you tell what that is? It's hard to tell. A rock. A rock. So all those start with a R sound. Let's look at the big book. I like looking at this for ideas too, and I also like it because it helps us really start to think about the letters that go into making each word. So what letter do we have today? R. We have a picture. You know what it is? Can you read the word? Rooster. Rooster. Not a chicken, not a hen. It's a rooster. A rooster is, of course, a kind of chicken, but the special name rooster starts with the letter R. Look at the beginning. There it is. There's the R. Okay, we have a picture of a special bin. It's not a trash bin, is it? What is it? Recycle. Do you recycle things? Do you reuse things? Those are ways to help save our earth. All right. Oh, now we have a cute little guy. What is that? Robot. Ooh, I think looking at him gave me my first idea for my boot camp book. He's so cute. Okay, so we have 3 picture ideas here. We had some picture cards. Hopefully you're starting to think about that boot camp book and what you might want to draw. So go ahead and get out your boot camp book, your crayons, and your pencil, and I'm going to switch cameras and we'll get started. Okay, friends, I have my boot camp book out. Let's go through and practice the letters and the sounds. Ready? A, B, B. C, K. D, D. E, F, G, G, H, I, J, J, K, K, L, O, M, N, N, O, P, Q, Q. And then we're to our letter today. R. Hopefully you have some ideas of what you might draw for the letter R. I know I'd like to draw a robot. So I'm going to make a square head, a body, legs, arms, and a face. And there's my robot. Now let's look at the chart and see if we get some different ideas for our R. And then I'll work on coloring my robot. Okay, let's take a look at our chart. So we have the capital R and the lowercase r in the middle. Remember the sound R makes is R. Okay, first I see the same picture that I drew. They drew a robot. Look at the beginning letter. Yep, it's R. The sound is R, robot. Then we have a rooster, river, that's my dog's name, a rabbit, rose, rainbow, rain, remember rain and bow, put it together, we get a rainbow, and a picture of a ring. All of those pictures start with the letter R, the sound R. So look at these pictures and see if you get an idea of something else you'd like to draw. If you need to pause it, you can pause it, and then we're going to go back to my book and I'm going to add another picture or two to my book too. Okay, I worked on coloring my robot. I did like that little antenna they put on the top too, so I might add that. And then I like the way it looked kind of like a computer screen on their robot's tummy, so I might add that too. So anyway, I have my robot. My robot is pretty well all just different rectangles and squares that I put together, so that makes it easy to draw a robot like that. I like the picture of the rain. I like rain, so I'm going to draw some rain. I'm going to draw a rain cloud first. I'm going to make it like a gray cloud. And then I'll draw raindrops. So I'll draw some raindrops coming out of my rain cloud. So I'll draw a robot and rain. I bet some of you might draw a rainbow. I know some kids who really know how to draw a rainbow. You can't have a rainbow if you don't have rain, right? Okay, so I drew a rain, a robot. Now I'm going to draw a rose. I think I'm going to use red for my rose. Oh, because red starts with R2, right? Red. So there's different ways to draw a rose. I'm going to draw, you could draw a rose bud or you could draw like a bigger rose. I'm going to draw like a rose bud. So it's like a U shape. And then at the top of it, it's like making a little like swirl at the top. To look kind of like those petals that are kind of put together. And then I'm going to lightly color with my red so that I can still see the swirls on there that are supposed to look like the petals. And then I'm going to put a long stem, a long green stem, put some leaves. And if you wanted to, you could even put some little bitty thorns. If you're drawing a rose, you may not be drawing a rose though. So I have a robot, rose, and rain so far. I may add something else, but for right now, I'm happy with those three pictures. I've got 3 pictures for R. If you want to, I know some of you love to color your letters in the middle too. You can color those. If I was going to color it today, I'd probably color it red. I don't usually color mine, but I'd probably color it red because red starts with R. You also could just make like a red crayon over here. There's so many ideas. The rabbit was really a cute one. Okay, fine. I think I am gonna put a rabbit. So you could put a rabbit. I'm gonna do like a circle head, big ears, kind of an oval body, puffy little tail, big feet for hopping, and then just a little rabbit face like that. Okay, I'm happy with mine now. All right, so if you're all finished with your boot camp book, put it to the side. If you're still working, just push pause on the video, and then we're going to do our handwriting book next. Also, this is a good time to take a break and run around. Oh, that starts with R too. Run around to get a little bit of exercise, and then come back and be ready for handwriting. Okay, thank you, friends. I'm going to put my crayons away and get my workbook out and be ready for handwriting. Great job on those boot camp books. I always love seeing all the pictures you guys draw. Next up is handwriting. So you're going to need your reader's notebook. Oh, look, a capital R for readers. You're going to need your pencil still, and your goal is I can try to write R, capital R and lowercase r. So that's our goal. So make sure that you are ready. If you need to stretch or run or play or do whatever you need to do for a few minutes, put me on pause. Stretch those little hands out and be all ready for handwriting. Thanks, friends. I'll switch cameras and we'll get started. All right, my little learners, we've got our handwriting book out. It's open to the page with the letter R, capital and lowercase r, and the picture of the rooster. At the top, I want you to make sure to write your name as neatly as you can, using the lines if you can. I've been so impressed with my class at how great you guys are doing with using those lines. That's a tricky skill for kindergartners to really get the right size with their letters, but you guys have been doing really great. Okay, so I have my name written at the top, then I'm going to put my pencil down, get out my pointer finger, and I'm going to point and say each letter. Ready? Do it with me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Perfect. Let's try something different today. Let's point and say all the sounds, and when we get to R, we'll stop and circle it. So we'll say all the sounds for all the letters we know, and then we'll stop at R. We're not going to say the letter name, though. We're going to try it. It'll be a little bit different and say just what the letter says. Okay, are you ready? Can you do it? Put your pointer finger on A, and remember, we're just going to say the sound. A, B, K, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, O, M, N, A, P, Q, R. Now stop on that letter R and circle it with your pencil. Okay, keep your pencil in your hand because now we're working on handwriting. Let's look at that capital R. It looks a lot like a capital P, except for it's got that one extra slant. So knowing how to write capital P is really going to help us when we write capital R. We have another letter we worked on last week that's going to help us with lowercase r. Look at lowercase n and lowercase r. They look really similar too. We just don't take that line all the way down. So luckily we just worked on N and we just worked on P, so that's really going to help you today when you work on your handwriting. So for capital R, for uppercase or capital R, you're going to start at the top at the skyline, make a line down, come back to the top, and make a bump halfway around. Now that would be a P, but we're not done. Now we're going to make that last little kicked out line, kind of like K. Remember K kicked out? That's what R does too. It kind of kicks out. It doesn't go straight down. And we don't pick up our pencil. Like sometimes I'm going to write one, but I'll erase it. Sometimes kids do this where they write like a P and then they take their pencil and they just sort of make an extra line. We actually don't pick up our pencil. It just slants right back out. So watch, you go straight down, make a hump halfway around, and then kick it out like that. Okay, let's try the lowercase r. Now think back to N. You can do an N. Same way. We're going to start at the fence, down to the ground, back up, bump the fence, and curve stop. Don't keep going. If you keep going all the way down, it would be an N. So don't keep going all the way down. But it's the same motion. Okay, so for capital R, we start at the top, at the skyline, down to the fence, back up, make that hump halfway around, and kick it out. Lowercase r. You guys doing okay out there? Start at that fence line, down to the ground, back up, bump the fence, come down just a little bit, and stop. All right, how's everybody doing? Those look really different. So there's two totally different strokes. But like I said, the good thing is we can really think about our knowledge of how we already know how to write these other letters, and that will help us. Okay, capital R, start at the top, down to the ground, pick up your pencil, come back to the top skyline. Then you're going to make your hump like halfway around, kind of like just like a big halfway around circle. And then don't pick up your pencil and then kick it out. All right. Start at the fence line, down to the ground. Don't pick up your pencil, come back up on the same line. Bump the fence, curve down just a little bit, and stop. If you need more practice, you can always go back and retrace that first one to help you. I know those could be a little tricky for sure. Your next job is to find all the capital R's and the lowercase r's in the box, like a little letter detective. Make sure you're really looking with your eyes. You're checking each one. I like to touch each one just to make sure I don't forget one. And then when I see it, if I identify that it is a letter R, then I'm going to circle it. Lots of R's on that last line, my goodness. Okay, so you're going to circle all your R's like a little letter detective. Last thing you're going to do, we're going to say the letter and the picture and the sound, and we'll do that twice for practice. Ready? R, rooster, Let's practice that again. R, rooster, Do you hear the sound at the end of rooster? Listen. Rooster. Can you hear that? It's at the very beginning with rooster. But then if you really stretch out that word, you can hear it at the end. Rooster. Can you hear it? Awesome. Okay, once you finish your handwriting, then you're going to have your grown-up take a picture of your bootcamp book and your handwriting book together and send that to your teacher. All right, let's go back over our goals and you'll be all done. Well, how'd you do with your goals? Can you identify our letter of the day? Let me see. Okay, what's this letter? R. What's this letter? R. That's our new letter. Which one is a capital? Is this one a capital? Yes. Which one is a lowercase? Is this one a lowercase? No. Is this one the lowercase? Yes. All right. What's the sound that R makes? A little tricky. Ring, rooster, robot. Did you try to write the letter R? Did you do your best? Well, that's what matters, is that you do your best. So you do your best, try to use those lines, and do your very best to write the R's. If you can identify R, if you even know the sound R, and you tried to write R, then you made all of your daily goals. Thank you, friends. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you for being focused and really trying to learn your letters and sounds. You guys are going to be readers and writers before you know it. Bye-bye.